What a fabulous venue at Birmingham City Football Club, and despite the very cold weather, people were queuing for the Whose Shoes workshop. It was an LMNS-wide event and the Bump project team had been busy getting everything ready.
I'll read the poem. So together we come with vigour to share our ways to improve high quality care, to start our journey, speak loud and free, to communicate well and reduce inequality. Hear the voices of service users and staff, to put together solutions, not drafts, to support and develop training programmes that benefit child, woman and man. Digital engagement, quality and data, we will pursue now, not later, to build our strategy, agree timescales and plan, behold our future with co-production.
And that's, they know you have to get through with the conversation. Unfortunately, we want to be sitting there quietly saying, okay, or I can see sitting around like a madman. They don't know.
Maybe you get stuck for a little bit, and my head got stuck a little bit, and I had quite a lot of stuff. I think that down to
The team was starting to theme the post-it notes, which were pouring in, capturing the highlights from the conversations and matching them to the local objectives. What are you going to do with these then, Anna?
I'm going to take them and continue my work over there on that board.
Let's have a look at your board then. Yeah, quite a few already done. Then Anna?
That'll be 10 years of mathematics, Jill. 2014 to 2024. That's
Brilliant.
10 years of mathematics.
Can't be bad, can
How
it?
amazing.
What's Sylvia doing? Oh, she's busy writing another poem. It's always good to see people having a bit of fun and connecting over lunch. A lovely mindfulness minute. What a great idea.
You can allow yourself to relax. Breathing in deeply.
Equity and equality. I've put it up as that rather than health inequalities because it feels like this is what we're striving for. However, there's something about recognising the cultural differences and being culturally sensitive in the way services are offered that is really important. So the availability of interpreters, continuity of carer being really important, and it kind of comes back into building this relationship. Being sensitive to different cultures and the way in which that postnatal period may unfold for people, recognising and remembering that some women, there's a post-it here that says, remember that many black, brown women do not leave the home for the first 40 days. So that'll have an impact in terms of how they're able to access support or appointments. And so it's about being aware of that and maybe being able to do things differently.
So this is my favourite part of the day. Why is it my favourite part of the day? Because, as we talked about at the beginning and throughout the day, it's about what actions come from these events. People were so passionate about what they wanted to do. There were so many pledges. And here is just a taster of how we shared them live in the room.
ICB of Birmingham to fund building and or refurbishing the neonatal unit at Heartlands Hospital to not only improve the working conditions of the staff and improve the family experience, but most importantly, reduce neonatal mortality in Birmingham by reducing infection outbreaks and allowing family integrated care. Thank you.
So have we started with a little tiny weeny pledge? Quite a big pledge, okay? And it can happen. And I gave you the example of the neonatal surgical unit in Alderhay. It can happen, but it won't happen just by one person. It will happen because people get behind you and you work with people. And I think that's brilliant.
So my pledge is to continue to reduce communication barriers. So I'm bilaterally deaf. So I will do level 1 and level 2 in BSL because I had a patient one night that didn't have any family, and there was interpreters for BSL.
So is there somebody in the room, just before we move on, who can help this lady with that pledge? Is there anything that comes to mind, just a little thing that might help with that? Is that what you wanted to say?
I myself have done level 1 and level 2 in BSL, and I'm doing level 3 now because I have a deaf sister. She's profoundly deaf and she requires all that help. So it does start in the family because the GP doesn't know how to book an interpreter. So when I did approach to the GP and I asked, do you know all the other languages? You can do Punjabi, you can do Urdu, you can do Arabic. Can I book a BSL interpreter? And the face was like a question mark.
So what I've put down here is it could sound quite broad, but it's through service user engagement, I pledge to better understand the challenges that service users may feel that could be acting as barriers for not feeling heard or listened to, and really getting to the core of how these values such as respect, dignity, kindness and empathy is really translated and demonstrated through that listening. But it all starts with asking, so can you tell me in your own words? So let's amplify that as much as we can, especially through the antenatal journey, at every pit stop, at every point. So yeah, that's my big pledge.
That is a big pledge.
So I'm very passionate about breastfeeding and breastfeeding support, and I know there's quite a few of us here. So I just said I'd like to make a pledge to work a lot more, or rather maybe nag the maternity services at the hospitals, and to see how we can better bridge this gap and for them to be able to refer to us a lot more, because we are there. We're happy to provide the support, you know, at 0 hours, at 24 hours, at 48 hours, but we just don't get the referrals, or they don't know about our services. We've even mentioned that we're happy to go into hospitals and work with them, you know, for a couple of hours a day, but we just haven't had any further feedback from this. So it would be great if we could actually make, whilst we're here, maybe have this, yeah, the connections made.
My pledge was to kind of raise the infant feeding workforce longer term plan, short term plan at our delivery group to see, you know, this is the service user experience, this is the staff experience. Why are you having an offer of someone coming into hospital that's already employed, and why has that not been like what's gone on, and how do we stop that communication breakdown from happening again? So what do we need to address in infant feeding delivery to have better working relationships, and what service do we need to put in place for workforce planning so that we have better support for our families?
My pledge is to continue, I know that was a bit of a cop-out, to continue to bang the drum about perinatal mental health so that families can be identified early, signposted properly without delay before their life starts really unravelling.
Right.
Everybody needs a space to do things and to take things to the community. People can't get everywhere, you know, it's a big deal when you've got like 3 kids with you and kids are at school. If we can take this bus, which might envisage is like some, like on an upper deck, we've got like a couple of consultant type rooms that we could not do invasive procedures, but you can do an antenatal check and things like that. The link workers for bookings and spa access and things like that, the pre-booking access, and also smoking cessation have got nowhere to see people. Well, we can hit all the areas, all the deprived areas. We can park in Asda car parks and things like that, get around, and so that we've got a facility, a digital workspace as well, a bit like a social cafe that people can hire the space or rent the space or use the space for whatever purpose they need to get access for maternity and neonatal breastfeeding support. It might be a drop-in thing there that we can do. There's so many possibilities, but we just need a venue to do it, and we don't have that venue. So by getting a bus and converting a bus, it gives us that venue all over the place.
So today's been a day of many themes, and to deal with it all, it's impossible, it seems. Communication, listening, best practice and care, only for the brave or those who dare. But we've come together with our clenched fists, and we'll co-produce what's on that list, to work with service users, providers and like, to move forward and win the fight, Sally. So, with the help of Matt X and Who's Shoes, together we will blow away the blues, and we'll strive together. It may take us long, but onward we strive, and together we're strong! Thank you all. If you please, as I say, fill in your evaluation forms and your expenses forms, and thank you again for everybody coming. There's me bowing.
So here we are, we've had a fantastic event today in Birmingham. It's 10 years of Maternity. And look at the fabulous artwork that Anna's done today with, excuse me Anna, your voice matters. And we've got Mary who's come along for her very first Who's Shoes event. And we've got Cassie and Sylvia who've organised it for us. But we're just doing a little mini quick hello everybody, and what would you like to say about it?
It's been a wonderful event. There's been lots of conversations, valuable conversations that we'll put into our maternity strategy that's up and coming in the next few months.
I think everyone I've spoken to has been really positive and has enjoyed it and has took it out of it, and making connections with each other has been really good. Lots of people are having conversations and talking, and I think
it's connected like primary and secondary and third sector care, so it's been really wonderful.
So well done to you for getting the right people in the event, because that, into the room rather, because that's what it's all about, and bringing in all sorts of people. I'm
It's really interesting because actually my reflection is that so many people have had personal experience of care, and so actually everyone is a user in some form or another, and so that it was really lovely how the game created that psychological safety for people to be able to open up and share their story, and that's what it's all about, is making connections and telling your story and listening to other people's stories and pulling out the themes and being energised, and I think all of that happened today, so it was an amazing event. Really, really thrilled to be here.
That's brilliant, and what I loved most, I think, was the connections across the room at the end when we got people. I guess it's created a space that people feel safe to share those play duties, 100%. But the way they connected with each other.
No, it's really positive. And really beautifully captured actually here, really lovely the way that you've brought in your pictures and, just the graphics around the themes and pulled out the really key issues, so really lovely.
And what I like is that people come up and say, oh, that was my bit. Oh, that's what you've done.
That's
that.
that
was my bit.
I said that bit.
Off we go.
We're on a roll, Cassie.
Right.
Ready? I'm going to do it quick as I can. Speed! Oh, see, it didn't quite work.
Nearly,
it's not
yeah.
always
It's not all about the speed, it's not,
yeah.
no.
Sometimes you just need to take your time over these
things. No.
Okay.
Sorry if I was putting you under pressure.
Really was under pressure.
But we always do this.